Hey guys. Oh, that was ugly. I was trying to wait to record for these big pimples to go away, but they're not, so you get what you get. So yeah, after my little post on Instagram, if you didn't get a chance, go take a look. It was on Facebook too. But yeah, that kind of got me thinking. I mean, I'm always thinking, but I really just had a lot of aha moments after that conversation that day, and I'm just excited to share those with you guys now, because it really ties into everything. I'm really starting to see that every part of my life ties into everything, which kind of goes into the conversation that I'm about to have. Because I talked a little bit about my anxiety around speaking, and how it's been hard for me to get on here and speak, and I don't know why. And I think I kind of figured it out. And so I want to talk about my fears and just kind of how I'm going to move forward with doing this whole unfiltered thing. I couldn't really, like I said, come up with a concept or a task or a topic that this would be about. I couldn't pinpoint anything. And so for me, it just felt very disorganized. And so back in November when I started, I was like, oh, I'm just going to talk about me, my personal struggles and how I feel and my journey to understanding everything. But I don't know, for some reason, like I said, I couldn't speak. And I've been trying to again, constrict my mind or constrict my thoughts to make sure that it's an organized, formatted thing, because that's what I do. I try to perfect things before I put them out. And I'm starting to really understand that that's just not what this is about to be. It's not what it's about to be at all. I'm kind of at a point in my life where it just really is what it is. And so I don't have the ability to separate anymore. All of the things need to be talked about. So that's what this is going to be about. I have the little videos with Jai and I talk about me, but there's so much more that I want to talk about and that needs to be talked about. And so that's just what Unfiltered is going to be. It's just going to be unfiltered everything, unfiltered topics, parenting and emotional health, especially a lot with our kids, because that's just something I'm very passionate about. And it's something I feel like I'm naturally good and gifted at. Not everything needs to be taught. And I'm 1,000% sure that that's something that I just have a natural talent at. And it would be great to talk about and be helpful to other people who may need that. So that's what I'm going to talk about. Okay. That relationship building and earning our kids' trust. I feel like that's a big thing that we just don't do, period. And with our children being so smart and independent, I want us to be better for them and our relationships to be stronger moving forward in our generations. And so that's something that's big that I feel like will be a part of what I talk about. But there's also the politics, the world issues, the local issues, the black issues. There's all of the things that need to be talked about in our society as a whole. And so I'm just going to use Unfiltered to talk about all of that. I just don't feel like a lot of things are making sense. I feel like a lot of us are just very comfortable, even though we see so many things wrong, even though we see that maybe this isn't the right way to operate. It's just this is how things are, and we just want to keep going because that's what's easy, instead of doing the hard thing and rethinking everything, because that's what I want to do. Society and structure and just the way that we operate, in my opinion, COVID exposed that it just doesn't work. It's not working. And so when that person at work, and what I heard, and again, I don't have any hard feelings toward this person. It's not even about work. It's more, like I said, overall about society. When that person at work, from what I heard through my ears, called my son a distraction, like, no, the whole world has me fucked up. And they should really have y'all fucked up too. How? How is my child a distraction from anything? Nothing on earth, nothing on earth comes before my child. And that just got me thinking about all the opening of schools in the middle of the pandemic or at the end of the year, just to really get people back to work. Like, it's all very much connected, and it's all very much not worth it. Not worth it at all. There are other options. Too much to talk about in this little conversation today. Really, what I wanted to the focus to be is just that we're going to be talking about all of these types of things. It'll not be for everybody, because I'm not for everybody. It's not going to be pretty. I'm going to talk the way I want to talk, and I'm going to do what I want to do, and I really just don't care anymore. And so you can tune in and enjoy a healthy dialogue and conversation, because I would really love to have conversations with people. That's what the whole point is. Like, we have to start talking more about things that are uncomfortable and about things that we don't agree on, because otherwise we're never going to get to a point of understanding. Conversation. We don't know how to do that anymore. I guess I have to be the one. The overall goal is that in 30 years, I'm not looking at my son and we're not having these same conversations about these same issues and the same structure and the same thing. Like, I need to see progress overall in society so that I can look my child in the eye. That's my measuring stick. That's what I'm trying to do with my next 30 years. I don't know what everyone else is doing, but this is what I'm doing right here. So before we can even get started on my opinions about all of the other things and all of the topics and all the things that I would like to share, I think it would be most appropriate to address, like I said, my fears. Like, why did it take me so long to get to this point of being comfortable with speaking, period? Because it's not like I care about, like, what other people think of me per se. Like, it doesn't hurt my feelings if strangers don't like me, but we all know that there are consequences for everything, good or bad. There are consequences for everything. And so I feel like growing up, we were almost taught that there's a separation. There's a time and a place for everything. So you have your personal life and you have your professional life. And somewhere in between, those two things kind of got melded with social media. And as much as we like to say, oh, social media isn't real, it's kind of real when you're 40 and you're getting fired for things you said at like 20. I don't know. It's weird when people are held accountable for every little thing that they say on these social media networks. To me, that makes it pretty real. When you have jobs looking at your social media profiles before providing you an offer, and that's been going on for years, that makes it pretty real. And so while a lot of times we're online and we joke a lot, there's no separation anymore. And so it's like, for someone like me, you have to have a separation of personalities at all times. You have to have work, you have to have this, you have separations upon separation upon separation. And it's like, it's like society doesn't believe that you can be multifaceted unless it's inauthentic. Like, you can't be more than one thing. I can't be professional and organized and a business person as well as me in my personal life. Like, I can't have those two separate things anymore. It's not allowed. I have to pick a lane and I have to stick with it. I have to pick a personality trait. I have to be this or I have to be that. I can't excel at work if I'm doing this. You know, it's like you have to choose. Society makes you choose, and I cannot. I can't. I really just can't. I just can't. And I guess it was, the fear of being misunderstood, the fear of too many people paying attention, the fear of, there's just a lot of different fears that I've just decided to let go because Jai is what's most important. And in the end, I don't know, again, how many people believe in it or whatever. Like, again, it may not be for everybody. For me, I feel like I'm being called to do something that I'm really not comfortable doing, but I also understand that needs to be done. And it's really as simple as that. I don't really feel like I have much to lose. I feel like the people who really know me know my heart. And even if I did say something that was taken the wrong way, they would, understand. And that's really all I care about. So, and if they didn't, they would come talk to me about it. So, I mean, outside of that, I guess I have to be the person to show everyone that you can do multiple things at once. I can be a professional business person, an organized and well put together human being, as well as So yeah, the fear is gone.